I've lived in Santa Cruz for, gosh, I'm going on my 20th year. I went to UCSC and never left. And I have two children, Quentin and Madeline. Quentin is 6 and Madeline's 4. And we live on the west side and have been here for, like I said, almost 20 years. John and Ken's most excellent adventure is the bike ride that Santa Cruz Sunrise Rotary Club does every year. We've been doing it. We're on our 12th year now. John Sisk and Ken Whiting are being honored for the 10 years that they put into the bike ride. And I joined Rotary not because of the bike ride, but I stayed in Rotary because of the bike ride. It's 200 miles of riding with club members, and you're raising funds for youth athletics. And if there's one thing that I'm passionate about, it's youth and sports. And it just changed everything for me. And it makes that 200 miles of riding, when you have a goal of fundraising for something good, a completely different experience. Because after 200 miles, you're kind of over being on a bike. And when you've got the thought of, I'm doing good for the community, I'm giving back, this is why I'm out here, it really does change the experience for you. I got a phone call from my friend Michael Bethke, who's president of our Rotary Club, in June. And I had brought children's hospice I'd been involved in for several months prior to that, and had brought Lori Butterworth to our club to speak sometime in May. And Michael Bethke called me in June and said, I need to talk to you about something important. Great, Michael. He had read an article in the paper about a 10-year-old girl named Colby Curtin. And Colby lived down in Huntington Beach and had a rare form of vascular cancer. And Colby's last wish was to see the Pixar movie Up. She had seen the previews of it in April, and the movie came out sometime early in June, and Colby by that point was too sick to go to the theater. And she had some friends of her family who made phone calls to Pixar, finally got through to somebody there who said, we'll make this happen. The next day, Pixar had a representative on a plane down south with a copy of the DVD. And Colby watched the movie with her mother. She couldn't see at that point, apparently. Her mother narrated the film as she listened to it. And several hours after seeing the film, Colby died. Her last wish inspired a fundraiser that raised money that hopefully will give 17,000 children in the state of California that have serious illness a chance to live, a chance to get the treatment they deserve. Her last wish became an inspiration to hopefully give thousands of other children an opportunity that they deserve. I opened the Sentinel this past winter, and I read an article about the city budget crisis, and it was one of many articles that the Sentinel had been doing about it. And in this particular one, it struck me because they were cutting the funding to the Beach Flats Community Center. Made some phone calls and talked to some people and spoke with Ryan Coonerty and tried to give him a hard time about how can you do this? Why can we not find the money for this? And he said, well, great, come to the first meeting and we'll tell you about it. So I went to the first Beach Flats advisory meeting, and sitting around that table were people that just cared and could not imagine having the doors closed to this community center. And at that meeting, I learned about all the services that go on. They have after-school programs, they have programs for families. It really is a community center where it was probably designed with the thought of helping and promoting neighborhood safety, but it has become so much more than that. Its motto is imagining and creating our community, and they really have started to do that down there. So I went to this meeting. I got excited about how we could make a difference, and I love connecting people, so I started connecting the dots. My friend Angela Chestnut helped me put on a fundraiser at the Cypress Lounge downtown. That led us to the second fundraiser, which was at the Darling House. Karen and Daryl Darling opened their home to us. Hog Seafood said, we'll bring you food. A friend of mine said, I'll play music for you. People called from all over the city and county saying, what can we donate? How can we help? Gave things to the silent auction. Even other nonprofits were contributing to this because they could see the importance. And at that fundraiser, we had people bidding far beyond what I ever would have imagined for items. Even other nonprofits were contributing to this because they could see the importance. They did it because they just wanted to help this valuable community resource and keep it in our community and keep the doors open. And we raised probably over $40,000 in a very short amount of time.
I met Hilary when she joined the Champions for Children, and that is a group that raises funds and raises awareness for children with special health care needs, children with life-threatening conditions. And Hilary Bryant is absolutely a champion for children in so many ways.
What I believe that Hilary did was introduce the Beach Flats community to the Santa Cruz community and segments of our community who were unaware of how important an asset the Beach Flats Community Center is to the city and the residents in the entire Beach Flats area.
And they were a group of women that came to us at a time when Beach Flats Community Center was having a really difficult time. We had just heard that the Beach Flats Community Center would be defunded in February of 2009. And she came to us with a group of friends, energized, motivated, and genuinely wanting to know how they could contribute. And so there we are, a year later, and Beach Flats Community Center has a new home, Community Bridges. So we're excited about that opportunity.
She has not only been a major fundraiser, but she's also a jock in that she's a bike rider, a surfer, a snorkeler. I was in Rotary at the time that Hilary first came into the Sunrise Rotary, and she just took charge